this year. We're pretty privileged. That's a pretty awesome thing to be able to have 4 guests come to your camp. So let's find out a little bit about them. So we're going to, hopefully this will stretch. If not, you'll have to move a little bit forward. Oh, perfect. That's great. Kind of creepy, but great. Okay, so let's talk to Gordon first, all right? So Gordon, where are you from?
Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York. How long exactly have you known Chris? And when did you first meet him?
Very, very long time ago. I met him in a hospital.
Really? Tell me more.
A medical hospital.
Were you performing some sort of surgery on him?
No, I'm not a doctor, but I did see him when he was very, 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 very small, yes.
Oh wait, last name. I get it now. Ward. That's Chris's dad. Kind of cool. Now we know we got invited, don't we? Now that's an interesting accent. How did you get it?
I've had it since birth.
Birth? Where were you born?
England.
I could have sworn it was Jersey, but you know. Now, all joking aside, I hear you were a pretty mean cricket player in your day. So what we all want to know, kids have been asking me all day, we want to know what the difference is between a googly and a donkey drop.
What was the second one again?
A donkey drop.
Donkey drop. I've no idea what that is. I know what a googly is. Googly is when the bowler, which is like an American baseball pitcher, pitches or throws the ball, and it's a certain spin called a googly.
Ah, okay. That's great. All right. We'll come back to you in a minute. All right. Kellyn, can you switch? Because my mic. All right, thanks. So Kellyn, where do you live?
New York City.
New York City. Now, that's interesting because I'm hearing something different in your voice. Do I detect a bit of the Carolinas in your voice?
Yes.
Yeah. So what made you move from the Carolinas to New York?
My job.
So you didn't lose a bet, because you're not supposed to gamble, so you moved of your own free will. Okay, well that's interesting. You know, Chris decided to add your specialty to this camp, you know, your area of accomplishment. It's the first time we've ever had someone do that with what you do for this course of study. You know, something we've never had before. So with that said, and because you're from North Carolina, are Blue Devils or Tar Heels?
Tar Heels.
Okay. And then LeBron or Steph Curry?
Steph Curry. So Kellyn will be able to teach you more as she leads the basketball elective on the court. That's right? That's what you're teaching? Oh, what are you teaching here? Dance.
Oh, very good. All right, we'll come back to you in 1 minute. Joe, come on over. So Joe, I've known you for a long time. You come to us from Chicago. What's your favorite part of Chicago?
Like my favorite location in Chicago, or just the favorite thing about living in Chicago?
It was just a question I had. I don't really care.
It's all right.
Okay, so no answer. So are you a Cubs fan or a White Sox fan?
Do I have to choose one of those two? Okay, Cardinals.
Oh yeah. Cubs fans are kind of whiny anyway. You know, it's finally good they won. You know, get it out of their system. So they will win again for 100 years. All right. So Joe, we hear that you're here for the drama elective, that's right? Okay. So I want to ask you a couple things, if you can show us some drama. Can you show me a scary face? No, show them. Okay. How about a happy face? All right. Sad face. Scared face. Sad face. Scared face. Angry face. Happy face. Scared face. Well, hopefully it does better in your class. All right. Well, you know, we have a lot in common. Both of our parents are officers. You know, I went to the Oak Brook Terrace Corps. That's where you go, right? Okay. Both of our parents are actually divisional commanders in Grand Rapids, where your parents are now. Yep. Both of us enjoy baseball. Both of us like Disney World, right? Okay. And you know, I don't know if, well, I'm hoping you know this, but maybe not. Both of us participated in musicals at Congress. Yeah, you know, you of course wrote that thing this year, The Long Way Off, yeah, you know. Me, well, I was in the pit band for Spirit. That's not really a question, I just wanted you to know. All right, well, we'll get to you back in a minute. Aaron, come on over here. So Aaron, I've been doing my homework. I've been reading a lot about you. You know, Chris gave us some information, and you have quite an interesting backstory. I mean, it's quite amazing to see where you've come from and where you are now. I mean, that's quite a testimony. It's quite the journey, you know. So, you're from Philadelphia. What part?
West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Great, great. What did you do when you were there? Where'd you spend most of your time?
I spent a lot of time on the playground,
Oh, just kind of taking it easy, relaxing.
chilling out, yeah.
That's excellent. Sounds like a great childhood. What kind of sports did you play on the playground?
Yeah, we played a lot of basketball.
Where? By what?
Behind the school.
Oh, great, great, great. So no problems growing up, or did you ever get into any problems, you know?
You know, we had some problems, and I might have gotten a fight or two. You know.
Wow, so how did your parents react?
Yeah, they sent me to Beverly Hills.
Wow. So wait, so let me get this straight. You're from West Philadelphia, born and raised. On the playground is where you spent most of your days. You were chilling, maxing out, relaxing, all cool, and out shooting some b-ball outside of the school. But a couple of guys that were up to no good started making trouble in your neighborhood. You got in one little fight, and your mom got scared, and she said, you're moving with your auntie and uncle to Bel Air. We'll come back to it. All right, Jordan, come back up here. So all joking aside, are you married?
Yes,
And we know you have at least one child. Do you have any other children?
3 others.
And any grandchildren?
4.
Very good, very good. And you're originally from England. What took you to the United States?
I came over to be the music director in New York
Very good, very good. So you've been with the Salvation Army a long time?
all my life.
All your life. Oh, great. Well, we're happy you're here. I just want to ask you one question. Can you give me your favorite Bible verse?
I knew this was coming, so just so I get the right version. It's one of my favorite ones, and it's a very difficult one to abide by. But it's in Philippians. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God."
Very good. Let's give a hand to Gordon. So Kellyn, a few real questions. Now, how did you first get involved with the Salvation Army?
That's a great question. So I actually needed a summer job when I was 16, and then a friend recommended a dance position in the Salvation Army. I did not grow up in the Army at all. And I was like, okay, great. And then from there, I started to get to know creative arts directors, and then I went to Camp Keystone in Florida. And then when I moved to the Greater New York Division, I got involved there. So.
Excellent. Now, I said you went there, we went there for a job, but tell us what you're doing in New York.
I'm a freelance professional dancer, so I work as a professional dancer, working with companies, and do like music video shoots and all kinds of things.
Pretty cool high-end stuff, yeah. So, last question, what is your favorite favorite Bible verse?
My favorite verse is Acts 3:11. In him we move, we breathe, and we have our being.
Give it up for her. Thanks. And then Joe, a couple of real quick questions. Are you married?
Yes.
And you have 2 daughters. What are their names?
I have Kellyn, who is 6, and Eliza, who is a year and a half.
And what do you do for the Salvation Army right now?
I work in the music department for the territorial headquarters, doing creative arts development, and I also teach all fine arts at the College for Officer Training.
And if you go to CMI, he will be there as one of the teachers. And finally, what is your favorite Bible verse, Joe?
My favorite Bible verse is Psalm 40, 1 through 3. Coming as a vocalist, this is a cool thing for me. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me up out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in Him.
Thanks, Joe. Welcome, Joe. And Aaron, I think that went pretty well earlier, don't you? Yeah. So Aaron, tell me a little bit about your family.
I have a lovely wife, her name is Rose, and a beautiful 5-year-old daughter named Sparrow, and 2 dogs. I have a Jack Russell Fox Terrier and a Pit Bull.
Quite a difference between the 2. Yeah. Okay. And you work for the Salvation Army, correct? What do you do for the Salvation Army?
I'm the Performing Arts Manager at the Philadelphia Croc Center.
Very good, very good. And then finally, what is your favorite Bible verse?
Especially this time of year as we get into camps, this verse always runs to my head. 1 John 3:1. How great the love the Father has lavished on us that we are called His children, and we truly are.
All right, let's give it a hand. Well, I want to thank these 4 wonderful people for coming up here and dealing with me tonight, and I also want to thank them for giving up their time to be here. We are very blessed to have them. They love the Lord, and they're going to teach you a whole lot of stuff. So listen to them. When you see them walking around, ask them questions, find out more about them, but let's give them one last hand. You can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.